Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to share this training with all of you this morning. As you can see here, we have our CEO with us. That's going to be our guest speaker this morning. And before we begin, Tammy and I always love to acknowledge who is here. Lou, again, very first in the morning. Welcome. Great to have you here, my friend. Let's see. We have affiliate team builder. Welcome from the Netherlands. Great to have you. Let's see. We have Max Gadar. Welcome from France. Bienvenue. C'est un plaisir de vous avoir parmi nous. We have here Veronique from Wisconsin. We have Stan. I think Stan, you're from Ottawa, if I'm correct. Let's see here. Let's see who we have. We have Guylaine from Québec. Bonjour Guylaine, ça va bien? Sylvie, bonjour encore from Québec. On a une belle représentation de la province de Québec. Okay, we have here Peter. Welcome. We have Robert. Great to have you here from Texas. We have Olumide. Welcome. Great to have you here. If I'm pausing, folks, it's because I'm skipping some of the names that are coming back. I'm trying. Gordon, welcome. Michaelina, welcome. Great to have you here. We have Francis. Great to have you. Raymond from Pennsylvania. Welcome. We have Abasima from Ghana. We have Deborah from Mexico. Awesome. Welcome. Peter Newell. How are you, Peter? My good friend from Montreal. We have here Mary. Welcome. We have Captain Cafu from Ghana. Welcome. Great to have you here. Welcome, Kim. Thank you for joining us from Florida, I believe. Let's see here. I think I mentioned Robert. Christine, welcome from Ontario. Welcome. We have Rita. We have Felix. We have Randy from Louisiana. Welcome, Randy. Let's see here. We have Mark Stevens from Iowa, USA. We have Larry from San Antonio. We have Jose from Madagascar. Oh, that is so awesome. We haven't been there yet. That's a beautiful place. Let's see. We have Midugas from Paris. Bienvenue. We have Hack from Colombia. We have Amisha Day from Ghana. We have Hacks from Colombia. We have Inyunam from Ghana. I know where you are, Inyunam. We have Ruth from Johannesburg. Awesome. Welcome. We have Andrea and Phila. Welcome from Belgium. Okay, so let's get started here this morning. And this is really an onboarding process. And Tammy and I wanted to invite our CEO, Joel, to kind of walk you through the onboarding process. But before we begin, Tammy and I just want to share with you what we share with the team and making sure that you're aware that is available. Just one moment here, if I can just get my screen to behave. Here we go. And let me just share the screen here with you. Okay, so this is our board. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this board with you now. I'm going to put it in the chat segment. Okay, so you can all follow us there. Okay, this is the board that we use. Now, the reason why our board is so important is it's a system that helps duplicating yourself so you don't have to be there every single day and micromanaging your business, but you can share what the tools that are available so your leadership can grab onto these tools. So Tammy, you want to touch on some of the buttons that we talked about we'll be covering here today?
Yeah, well, the moment people get started, the most important thing is getting started right. And so we created a folder. And so in the folder, you have different steps on getting started, which is plugging you into congratulating you, plugging you into the system, getting your referral links, how to change a username on that to make it your personal, goal setting. There's the 4 benchmarks. This is new. We just put this in. We actually minimize. We used to have 6 steps, but we wanted to create it as simple as possible. So we went down to 5 steps. And all of these steps are really simple. It's just plugging you in. And there's one thing that Eric Worre has always taught us. I mean, we've been following him in mentorship and been following a lot of great leaders over the years. And the one thing that's always stressed is system driven. You need a business that is system driven. So you're not constantly feeding people information, and you're just burning out doing that. And you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in this business, which is prospecting, inviting, following up, lining them up, getting people started right. So in this, Chris is kind of going through the different folders briefly, but there's folders for everything. And we always recommend to get familiar with everything. It's like the GotBackup back office. Nobody taught me how to go through the back office. I went and watched every single video and I learned how to do stuff. And then when I had questions, I would ask. And that's how you learn the systems, learn how to do business. So I highly recommend on your downtime, not your money making activity, building your business time, but your downtime, take some time to get familiar with the tools.
So what Tammy talked about here is the getting started guide. And again, we're going to pass this over to Joel, but just before, we want to let you know that you can follow after the training, understanding where everything is located. So over here, there's the GotBackup link. I just click on that and feel free to just venture into all of this. Something that's very important is installing GotBackup. Folks, at the end of the day, if a new person comes in and they don't install the software, when it comes to the next month or the next year, they won't renew because there's no use for the service. But I'm telling you, every time we do a training, people have a smile. Just yesterday, we have Kim and her sister that were there. It came to our place, and they were so excited to see how quick and how efficient the software was working, right? So the details are here. Another thing, and of course, I'm not going to go through all the buttons here, but understanding the compensation plan. Randy, which is with us here today, did a great video that will actually walk you through the actual compensation plan training. Above, we also have Eve that did a great training in line to the PDF that's there. All of this is available on the board, so you can access all of these here, okay? So that's really important. And here's something that's very important is the presentation. Some of you want to start presenting, okay? So you're looking for the presentation. You'll notice that when we present, we have the tour that Joel goes through on every Wednesdays, and Miss Tara, as I like to start the presentation with, the videos right here. And the presentation, when you click on that, this is a presentation that you guys are used to see. And it's maintained. Every time there's an update, it is maintained. So you always have the most recent update here. It's all there for you. So let me get rid of some of the extra slides here. Okay, so from there, what happens is this is the opportunity. Here's another one that's really important. We have here recorded webinars. When you click on that, everything that we've done since a year and a half ago, since when we started, it's all listed over here. Every single webinar or title. Just click on those and see what the title is all about. Recently, we did some 101 training. So again, that was the week 1 out of 4 weeks on the foundation of success. And then we did another one recently, which is a leadership influence. These are critical trainings to help you build a foundation for you to have an organization that is sustaining and growing. So that's kind of the end of it. Is there anything else, Tammy, you want me to add here before I pass it over to Joel?
Just get familiar with the tools so you know what you have available to share with the team, and get them started right. That one folder, if you duplicate that folder within your organization, you're going to have a growing organization, because it really gives you the foundation of what they need to do to get started.
That's absolutely. And that's what's really important here, folks. Some people are saying, how are you able to reach this level? How come you always have success in it? I've got people saying this, you're so lucky. Folks, it has nothing to do with luck. Of course, sometimes there might be some luck here and there. You come across some good people. Yes, I agree with you. But luck often comes in with consistency of hard work. It's really interesting. And the key is to stay focused. And if you focus on getting people started right, and you follow the guidelines that Joel's going to be sharing with you here, is going to be sharing his screen in a moment here, folks, I'm telling you, you cannot fail. If people fail, it's because they sign people up and they walk away, and they have to fend for themselves, and often they don't know what to do. They just need a guiding hand to tell them what to do, install the software, here's what to do. Maybe the younger generation, their cell phones they're born with it on their hip. But the older generation, it's not an acquired thing. It's an acquired taste. It's something that requires a bit more training and a bit more awareness. And by working together with a community to help each other, that's how we grow an organization. This is how you make money in this business, not just by sponsoring left, right, and center, which is extremely important to recruit, no question there. But you don't want people to go on the back door every time you bring people on the front door, and you go faster out than in. If you want to keep your team in, you have to create this ecosystem, this environment that people know where to park, where to learn, where to evolve, where to get inspired, where to get motivated. And this is exactly what this is all about. So Joel, I'm going to pass this over to you. Everybody, if you're new, Joel is the CEO of GotBackup. Him and Eve are absolutely phenomenal. They're executive. There's Mike also that's behind the scene that's doing a lot of the details with the hardware and all the marketing and things. So it's a wonderful team that is there to support all of you. So Joel, I'm going to turn this over to you, and Tammy and I will just kind of get off the stage for you to start running the show.
Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tammy. It's a pleasure to be here, guys. Really, really, really appreciate it. So fair warning, guys, I am not a good teacher, but guess what? Still have had huge success in the industry. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you is just the truth of everything, and just how easy this business is to build, and how people tend to really, really, really overcomplicate it. Okay. So, we all follow Eric Worre. One of the most favorite things, and again, I'm going to keep this extremely real. I'm going to be sharing my screen. And so the reason I wanted to go through the onboarding process, many of you have already gone through the onboarding process, but I want to show you what I do and what you should be doing as you get leads and as you get downline members, what you need to do with them for their onboarding process. Okay. Because the truth of the matter is this: you don't need an upline. The website is your upline, but it's still great to have great upline people like Chris and Tammy and whoever your sponsor is. But guess what? If you have a upline member or a sponsor that's MIA, it doesn't matter. When I started the company, did I have an upline sponsor? No. Anytime I was ever involved in network marketing, I might have talked to my upline maybe once a year. Why? Because I was self-motivated to do it and so forth. So let me share my screen and let's get started. And again, guys, I'm going to keep this extremely real for you, extremely truthful. So a lot of people, when they first come in, they say like, well, oh my God, I'm so confused. What do I do? So I'm going to show you just, and I'm not trying to pick on one person, but a new member. And of course, guys, I'm not building a downline at GotBackup. I'm not here to compete against our affiliates. There's no way, shape, or form. But for whatever reason, a lot of our members will hit me up directly because they think that, I'd be the best sponsor they could ever have me. So disclaimer, guys, I would be the worst sponsor in the world at GotBackup. So don't hit me up saying, how do I do this? How do I do that? However, a lot of people still do hit me up. And so I want to take you through what you should do. So this is for people who've never gone through the onboarding process. And this is for people who've gone through the onboarding process, but how you teach other people to go through the onboarding process. Okay. So when people say, hey, Joel, I'm really confused, what do? I say, log in. And the point is I will not, well, here, let me go and show you. And I hate to pick on one person and stuff like that. So this new member hit me up a few days ago. Okay. And you'll see just how I'm polite. I'm not really stern or anything like that, but I'm testing this person. Okay. So this person says, hey, Joel, I joined GotBackup. That's fantastic. How do I get paid? Is it through cryptocurrency? I say crypto-wise, Payoneer is how we pay, with a smiley face, just trying to be polite, but I'm really busy. And so he comes back. Obviously, he didn't quite read my answer, but anyway, he says, why is it Payoneer? It's not good here in Nigeria. Why don't you pay through USDT? So I just reiterated again, see how short I am? I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm testing this person to see if they're self-proficient. Yes, I said crypto as well, so USDT. And so, then comes the typical questions, can one earn without referring anybody? No, we don't want lazy people. Okay. So, then he says, how do we generate the link from our back office? I said, like I just showed you, log into your members area, watch the welcome video on the dashboard. He says, okay. So what I'm doing is keeping it real. What you should do with your team, be polite, be concise, but be extremely busy. Okay. So this person here should have come and watched the video on the dashboard. And the reality is this video here, which does need to be updated, I'm going to update it on Monday or Tuesday, but even how it is now teaches you exactly where you need to go to start promoting, start making money, start using the GotBackup tool, right? So if we look at this again here, he says, okay, I just watched the video and it didn't say, how can I generate link to pay for my downlines? My question was, which he never asked before, if I have funds at my dashboard, how do I use to help pay for my downline? I gave him the one link and I said, watch the video on that page. And I sent him a screenshot. This is the screenshot here. Go ahead and watch that video. And the only reason, guys, that I actually replied back is because I knew he won over my first test, which is he coachable? I said, log into your members area, watch the welcome video on the dashboard. When he said this here, I just watched the video and I didn't say how I can generate my link to pay for my downline. He's absolutely right. That video does not have that information. So I actually knew he took the steps that I asked him to take and he watched the dashboard video. Because he watched the dashboard video and took action on his own time is the only reason I replied here, okay? Because he took some action here and I knew it. So I gave him the direct link. I gave him the screenshot of how to put things. So he said, I've seen the invitation sign up link. How do I place people into the binary before it benefits me most? Okay. So again, another typical newbie question. The information is definitely in the members area. So I said very politely, okay, bud, join the Telegram group to get support. I am the CEO and I have a lot of really good people to support you. I'm dealing with much higher level stuff. Talk to your sponsor as well. Please understand, I'm dealing with all the staff and the software itself, and I cannot be your upline sponsor. Sorry. So again, being polite, but keeping it real. Can you drop the Telegram support link? And then see, I didn't reply again because I told him where the link was before in the members area. Then he said I joined the Telegram group. How much will new members pay to get started? Instead of answering it, I said, dude, it's on the website. Don't be lazy. Go read the website, so on and so forth. So he becomes a member. He says, hello, Joel, again. I don't know who Rob Rowe is. I gave my normal link to Rob Rowe, and all I said was okay, because, again, I want this person to be accountable. And then he came back and said, I activated my account. Okay. So you want to the point of that is, guys, and maybe, being brutally honest, I'm probably a little too short with this person. I'm probably a little too distant from this person. But guys, look at just my messenger here. I woke up this morning to a bunch of people hitting me up. I'm very, very, very busy. You need to be busy too. If you spend too much time with one person, you don't look busy. So again, self-admittedly, maybe I was a little too short here, but it gives you the gist of what you're going to want to do when you're working with people is make them 100% accountable for their actions. Don't do it for them. If you're talking on the phone with somebody, guys, then you're going to say, hey, if I sent you an email now and I showed you where to log in and watch this dashboard video, would you watch it? That's what you do every time. Great. You watch the dashboard video. Okay. Did you come over to the use this tool section and did you get the software installed on your computer? Right. So this is the step. After you're setting their mindset straight, after you're making sure that this person is accountable and coachable, then and only then do you invest more time with those people. Let me come back to the room here and stop sharing my screen for a sec because I just want to talk to you guys. If somebody keeps coming to you again and again and again and again, how do I do this? How do I do that? Show me how to do this. If you're on the phone with somebody and they refuse to get off the phone, like they might say, hey, how does the two-team binary work or the two-team cycles work? And I'll say, well, I'll send you the video, watch the video, then come back and ask me questions. If that person says, oh, well, no, I got you on the phone right now. Can you please explain it to me over the phone? The answer is no. Absolutely not. No, because I'm busy. Please respect my time. Go and watch the video. The point is, if they're unwilling to take 5 minutes to 10 minutes of their own time to watch a video, they're not gonna make it. Okay? They are not going to make it. You're not there. They're not a child. They're not a newborn. They're not 6 months old. These are grown adults who need to take action on their own. Now, the good news is if they do follow your recommendations, like joining the boards group, like joining the Telegram group, by watching the video on the index page, those are the people that you invest your time with. And guess what? All you do is you teach them exactly what I'm teaching you now, which is, did you watch the dashboard video? Number 2, did you get the software installed? So let's come back to sharing my link here. And guys, out of everything that I've done over the years, I've always run technology. This is by far the simplest program we've ever put together. So if somebody comes here and says, well, I'm not quite sure how to install the software on my computer. Well, did you watch this video? So you could literally go copy this link here and say, if I gave you the direct link on how to install the software on your computer, would you watch it? Same thing with the mobile. Okay, how do I get it installed on my mobile? Okay, I will email you the direct link, which is right here on how to install it on your mobile. That's all that you need. If they come back again and again and again, I'm sorry, guys. It's just the honest truth. You need to drop them like a rock because you're going to be wasting your time. Okay. Now, evidently, I've come to like this gentleman more and more and more because what I like is he's actually listening to what I have to say. Okay. So he got his first downline sign up here. It said he activated his account. Let's go and wish him an. Okay, so be there, be encouraging, be positive, be energetic. Okay, so step 1, guys. Okay, when you're onboarding, watch the video on the dashboard. Step 2, it's time to get the software installed on your computer. Watch these videos, download it for Mac here, download it for Windows. Once they have it installed, if they took those micro commitments, then you can jump on a call with them. But until they go and join the Telegram group, we will add the boards group link here. It was an oversight. Chris put it in the chat here. We'll add it here. Until they join the Telegram group, until they join the Facebook group, until they join the boards group, until they watch the video on here, and until they come back to here, only after that point where they've got the software installed on their computer should you be willing and able to do a one-on-one with that person to walk them through everything else, okay? Everything else may be okay. They were proficient enough to get the software going. They got it installed on their computer and on their mobile device. Okay, now this person is obviously serious about the business. And then I might take them through, hey, if you want to jump on a quick call, we can go through some of your promotional tools. I can show you where and how to email people. The point is they have to be very accountable themselves. And honestly, you're just making them feel warm and fuzzy because everything that they need to do is in this video right here. Network marketing. I'm sorry, guys. It gets me so crazy flustered because network marketing has gotten so much easier than it was 20 to 25 years ago, right? 25 years ago, you had a new prospect. You had to call your upline sponsor who know more than you. You'd get on a 3-way call. You'd have to do that again and again and again and again and again. Here, all you need to do, it's so much easier. You do this telling, we'll do the selling. I tell people, bring them on our live webinars. Bring them on even a training webinar. Bring them on a recruiting webinar on a Wednesday or a Friday morning. That's all you really need to do and follow up with those people, okay? So that's that. And then so coming back yourself, know your damn tool, okay? 72% of people have got the software installed. Shame on the 28% of you who don't have it installed. How the heck are you going to build a business in GotBackup if you don't know how to use the software and you're not using it yourself, okay? as an example, just keeping it very real, we had a staff meeting. Every Friday morning, we have a staff meeting with all of our staff. And I look on the back end, and 4 of our staff members, and I'm just again keeping it real, had not installed the GotBackup software. And we have about 62 staff worldwide. And honestly, that really upset me. And it was part of our support team. How is our support team supposed to support a product if they didn't install it on their own computer themselves? It's the same thing with you. I am appalled at anybody who's building GotBackup. And when I come to their cloud right here, or, again, we can't log into their cloud, but we could see if people are using it, right? This is just a demo account. So you could see that even this account has 26 megabytes used. So a lot of people, and again, it's not the majority, right? It's 28 to 30% of people are not installing the software. Those people will not see success either, because could you be a car salesman and not know all the details of the car you're trying to sell, so on and so forth. So there's that aspect. Let me stop here for a moment. Chris or Tammy, I can continue, but anything you want to add in at this point for now?
What I'd love for you to do, Joel, is just to kind of walk people through. I know on Wednesday you give a demo in the back office, and I'd like to take a segment that you do on Wednesday evening and kind of walk people through on the email marketing and all the tools that are available. Some folks are not necessarily coming on Wednesday that are here now today. And also, installing the software when you show people how to synchronize, not synchronize, but how to back up a local folder or something like that. And then we'll kind of get to the next step from there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach. See, guys, because I'm a horrible teacher. I need guidance. So, so let's come back to your members area. So you have 2 members areas, basically. You have your, what I like to call your marketing members area. Okay, you have all the different tools. And by the way, we're going to have all reseller tools in Russian this coming week or so. Really excited about that because it's a huge market over there as well. But anyway, you definitely want to come here, watch this video first. And then when you're actually installing the software, I'm on a Mac, so I'll show you how to install it on a Mac and so forth. So come here, you simply just download it, okay? So here I have it downloaded already, okay? And it comes as a zip, but I unzipped it already. And I can literally click on here. And all you do, now I already have it installed, so it's going to ask me to overwrite, but I won't. Once you click there, you just come here, you drag it over to your applications folder, okay? And I'm just going to stop because I have the software installed already. So I'm just going to click stop. But literally, that's all you need to do to install it. Once you download it, again, coming here, just click on the application itself. It's going to open like this, and you just drag and drop it into your applications folder. It's almost exactly the same on Windows. I don't have a Windows machine in front of me, but it's literally that easy. Once you have it installed, let me quit over here. You're going to come to your applications folder, and you're going to see GotBackup Drive. Okay, this is our old version. I'm still using it here and there, but the GotBackup Drive. You click here, and it's going to open up the software for you. Okay. Hang on, guys. My computer. Talk about Murphy's Law. My computer just froze a bit. I can't even use my mouse. Okay, let me quit that. Let me come back. Let's hope this opens this time. There we go. Okay, here we are. So here we are in the actual software, guys. And when you first join, okay, you're not going to see these. Okay, so I'm going to slow down here because this is more about training. Okay, and this type of deeper training, guys, you would do probably not one-on-one, maybe 1-on-3, 1-on-4 with people who you kind of tested already. They're coachable. They watch the video. Instead of having that victim mentality of do it for me, do it for me, do it for me. So all this isn't going to be here, but these are all the different folders that I'm currently backing up and watching on my computer. And I have more than most people will have simply because I'm constantly testing the software, testing new versions of the software, so on and so forth. So here, this won't be here. You're just going to click add a new backup. Okay. Now here, you're going to pick one folder at a time. So I like to do the same test I always do. This is just a CrossFit competition that my daughter did that I went and took pictures of and some videos. I'm going to click open. And then here, it just explains to you the folder CrossFit Live, which is my local folder here, will be mirrored and backed up to its corresponding remote folder in the cloud, which is called CrossFit Live here. Okay. So before I click done, what I want to show you here is if I come here, you'll see that now this corresponding app here is connected to this Mac computer here. But what I want to show you here is there's no CrossFit Live folder. Okay. Now it's going to automatically create that CrossFit Live folder here in my red Mac OS. If I'm using my Windows computer, which is a separate computer, it's going to automatically put things in here off my Windows computer. Okay. So anyway, again, see how there's no CrossFit Live? When I come back here and I click done and I'm backing up that CrossFit Live folder, it just created the folder successfully. It's going to start backing it up. If I refresh here, you'll now see that the software inside my red Mac OS folder created the folder automatically CrossFit Live. And if we wait just a moment, because I know it's what it does first is it scans everything that it needs to upload. It's looking to make sure that those folders are not in the cloud already, so on and so forth. So it takes a little bit. And now you'll see here, it's starting to literally back up that CrossFit Live folder. So if I refresh here, you'll see that indeed some of the images are starting to come up. If I refresh again, you'll see it's more images starting to come up. If I refresh again, not more yet, but more will come. See, another one just came up. Completely set and forget. Here in the software, we're going to be adding a progress bar here rather than just a spinner in our next version. But when you come here, you can see what percentage of that folder is completed. So far it's completed about 6% of that folder itself. Now, if I want to go and back up another folder, I just simply repeat the process. And by the way, you can do as many backups as you want as other backups are running. You'll see it was from 6%. Now it's at 9%. But if I want to do another backup, I come here, I choose whatever folder I want, movies, so on and so forth. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come back here and you'll see. And again, if I come and I refresh here, you'll see that more and more of those pictures are being uploaded in the background, so on and so forth. That's how easy the software is to use. It works exactly the same on Windows as it does Mac. The layout is exactly the same as well. So it's very, very easy to use. And let me tell you this, guys, the more I use my own software, this almost sounds narcissistic, I guess, but the more it does sound like a total narcissist. The more in love I fall with GotBackup. Not because it's our software, but if you guys look here, I'm using actually 1.62 terabytes of my 6 terabytes total. I have literally backed up everything that I own, and I'm not even using 1/3 of the space. So when we tell you that 6 terabytes is probably more than enough for you and your whole family, it really is more than enough for you and your whole family. Because guys, me running a digital marketing company for years, my computers and all my devices are loaded and loaded and loaded. So I have an old iPhone here. That's all backed up here. By the way, guys, when you do connect your mobile device, it will automatically segregate your pictures to a folder called iPhone. This is my old iPhone, so that's why. But it will segregate it to the years, and then inside the years are the months. So there we go. This is pictures I was doing there, so on and so forth, right? So, but the point is, I'm backing up all of my Mac computer. I'm backing up all of my Windows computer. I backed up my old iPhone. This is my current iPhone that's backed up now. I backed up my Android phone, which I have right here. And from there, I've got staff meetings and recordings and all your GotBackup promo material. And again, every time I put this folder in here just for pure motivation for me. This is a group of people that are taking the GotBackup business extremely seriously, okay? And that gives me the motivation as well, because we're one big happy family relative to that. So let me come back. Let me get some more guidance from Chris and Tammy. Anything else you guys like me to cover, or any questions so far?
Actually, what I'd love to do is just cover some of the questions that are popping in,
Oh, perfect,
and
perfect. Yes,
let
perfect.
me bring it forward here. So, Hugo has a question about Linux.
No.
Okay.
The answer is no, guys. It's a very small market. It's about 7 to 8% of the market. Will we do Linux in the future? Maybe. Maybe, probably not. Just being brutally honest. Because here's the other thing too, Hugo. And again, I told you guys I was going to keep this real. Most people who are using Linux because due to their own circumstances, they literally don't have any income at all. Why? Because Linux is a free operating system. I get that. I'm not trying to sound terse or harsh or anything like that, but it's a market where there's no money. If there's no money, it doesn't make sense to run a business there.
Okay, perfect. I have another question here from Andrea.
Yes.
In reference to if you back up your stuff, can you remove it?
Yes, absolutely. So our old version, which we're talking less and less about, was a pure sync version. Once you have everything backed up into your cloud, you can certainly delete anything off your phone, your mobile device, or your computer. In the future, we will create some sync functions back again. But yes, once uploaded and backed up, you can certainly delete it off. That's the whole purpose, right? You want to clear some space on your phone or on your computer. So the answer is yes.
Another question here from James is, can I download my YouTube movies to GotBackup?
Well, we don't have a direct import from YouTube, but you can certainly, as you know, in your YouTube studio, you can download the videos and then simply, I wouldn't manually upload them. Like a lot of people, let me just share my screen at the same time because they forget about the apps. Okay. Here in the software guides, I can do a manual upload, but why? Like, so what I would do for this person here is I would create a folder on my computer called YouTube, and then I would use the software. And then that way, every time you have a new video in your YouTube folder, it will automatically get backed up to the cloud. But I do see a lot of people, for whatever reason, they don't use the app. The app is what makes everything done for you, and they tend to come here and upload stuff. So I would use the app, and then that way, every time you have a new YouTube video on your computer, it's going to get backed up to the cloud.
Okay. So another question here from Dorothy is the direct link from Dropbox and Google Drive and so forth and OneDrive.
Yeah. Right now, probably later this week, the first import we're doing is for the old cloud. Okay. So the first software we're creating is the ability. Now, I don't want to confuse people because when we talk about old cloud, new cloud, guys, just very briefly, we had our first version of the software. It worked very well, but it was more technical, more complicated. This version is much more simple to use. So what we're doing is we're creating an import script from the old cloud to the new cloud. And then so those other features, that will be number one. The next features.
Oh, sorry. That was in line to what you
No,
were just
for sure.
explaining.
I'm just reading it. It's going to be in at least another month or so because we still see some minor issues with the new cloud, guys, because we put this whole cloud together in 5 or 6 months. We see some minor bugs still with certain people. By the way, there's a brand new version of the apps in the members area and in the App Store and in Google Play, guys. I would highly recommend that you go and update them. Just as a perfect example, we're not moving from the old cloud yet because that just brought up a point that we're making. A lot of people, we need in the software where it just pops up and says, hey, there's a new version. Right now, I'm going to have to manually tell and broadcast everybody there's a new version. We're working on it so that when you're using the software, you'll get a little notification in the software itself, like you do any other software in your computer. There's a new update. Would you like to update? So we need to do that for the mobile devices and the desktop apps. My point is, guys, we're like 95, 93% there. Once we get to 100% of the way we want the software to work, then we'll continue to add more and more and more features. And so just come back to the specific question. Once we get working on a Google and a Dropbox import, it won't take us more than a week or two to accomplish that.
Cool. I have another question that's interesting here is about live streaming. Can we back up a live stream shooting session directly into GotBackup instead of?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So for now, you have to stream it to your local drive, and of course, your local drive, if it's synchronized to GotBackup, then
correct. Yeah.
The backup will occur.
Yeah. The best thing to think of it, guys, is use your computer, your device that you're working on the most as your hub. And so most of the stuff that you're working on, whether, if you do a live stream and you've got that replay after the fact, more than likely you're going to be saving that replay on your computer. And again, if you're using the desktop app, then it will automatically be backed up right to your cloud. Now, all these things, could we add those features in the future? Possibly. We'll create a wish list and go down that list. But GotBackup as a tool and a software will never be finished. There will always be new things to add, new things to improve, new things to make more simple, new features to make life easier for people.
Okay. Now, Sina, you have a good question here in reference to the email marketing. We'll get back to that in a second because I want to continue on this line of questioning. I'm just going through, see if I have something here that is relevant to. Okay, so let's move on to that one, Joel, and that would be probably a good little. Oops, sorry, I apologize. That's not it.
No problem.
I'm getting confused as they pop in.
By the way, tell everybody watching, I really appreciate this many questions, because when people don't ask questions, it certainly doesn't motivate us to come and do some training. So I'm glad that you guys are asking so many questions.
Yeah,
sure.
Sina has a question about that, and that was my next question. My next step is to kind of, again, not necessarily go through the details, but just to kind of let people know that GotBackup is way more than just a backing service. You have the whole email marketing behind it. Tammy and I use it all the time. If you can walk the crowd, the team through that, it would be wonderful.
Sure, absolutely. So let me share my screen right here. So again, guys, this is a demo account. Every time I try to show a live account that has email addresses in it, YouTube's gonna, I don't know what proprietary software they use, but 2 of our webinars got banned because it's against their terms to show internal data. So that's why I have to use a demo account. But the minute like an email address pops up in here, they're going to ban it and take it down. And if you get too many strikes against your YouTube account, it gets shut down. So anyway, coming back from the dashboard right here, okay? You've got your lead capture system. Now, let's go into a little bit more detail of how it works. I never do that on my webinars. So let's go to the reseller tools in English here, okay? And let's click on this link here, okay? Because this is the one that's going to generate you the leads, okay? So here, you can copy this link, but so let me just copy it here like this. Let me come here, okay? Now, this is I'm going to get into the marketing a little bit, guys, because the email marketing is the marketing. When I started online, and I've shared this story before, let me just come back and just share my story a little bit more. When I started online, guys, I was selling a software program, and I was sending everybody directly to the buy page. Sending them to the buy page, nobody was buying. 6 months in, sending tons of traffic. To be specific, to my web hosting site, nobody's buying. A year later, nobody's buying. A year and a half later, now get what I'm saying here, guys? I went for a year and a half, idiotic me, but I never gave up. So many people hit one little roadblock like this big. Oh, cancel my account. Oh, this isn't for me. How many roadblocks did Elon Musk hit building Tesla and SpaceX, right? So anyway, the point being, for a year and a half, I didn't know what I was doing. And then after a year and a half, I decided to start investing in myself more. And I bought an email marketing course. And basically what that said was this, let me share my screen again, okay, is nobody, when you don't have a brand, like Amazon has a brand, right? People are willing to pull out their credit card at Amazon all day long because people know, like, and trust Amazon, right? They also know and like and trust eBay. They know and like and trust Apple, okay? When you don't have a brand, having somebody come to your website. So let me just show you the difference here, because let's go and teach a little bit of marketing as well. I'll keep that page open, and then I want to come to this page as well. Okay. This page is for cold traffic. This page is for people that you know. So let's open up this page at the same time. Okay. So let me come back to there we go. So this page is for warm traffic, and then we'll get into the email marketing side of it. This page is for cold traffic. What do I mean by that? Cold traffic is you ran an ad on Facebook. Maybe you bought some co-op leads through us, whatever. You want them to opt in here first. This is a micro commitment, okay? people watch the video. They say, yeah, I'm like minorly interested. I'm interested enough that I'm going to go and put in my name and email. By the way, this is a real email address, guys. But anyway, okay. So here, I'm not ready to pull out my credit card, but I'm curious. I watched the video here. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty interesting. I do, and I want to know more. Okay. So I'm going to copy this email address and then click lock in my position. Now it redirects me here. Okay. Now we have their data on file. Okay. So what does that mean exactly? Okay. So the reason you want to bring people warm traffic here, warm traffic are somebody you talk to on the phone, somebody you talk to on Facebook who says, man, I'm ready to join. Like, yep, I'm sold. Sign me up. You're going to send people to here. Okay. Cold traffic, you're going to send them to the link that we just went through. And here, because micro commitments lead to macro commitments. Let me say that again. A macro commitment is pulling out your credit card and putting your credit card online for somebody you don't know who they are at all. That will not happen. Okay. That's why you got to put them through yes, yes, yes. And the more they say yes by taking little bitty commitments here on the page, right? On this page, the more times that they make this minor commitment here of clicking this button shows you that they have interest, but they're not ready to buy. Okay. So what happens here in your members area, if we come back here and we go to the lead capture system, is it starts generating leads. Those leads are here. Okay. So if I click here, these are the leads that came in. Okay. I can go to page 3. Okay. And so forth. You can see the ones. And by the way, this is a good point. Blocked means that they put in a fake email address. It happens here and there. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. Unsubscribed means they unsubscribed. Active means those people are active on your newsletter. Okay. So on and so forth. Block just means they put in a fake email. It bounced. So here you have a list of all your leads. Now, generally in the old days, you would have to sit here, copy this, come to your email platform here, like Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever you use, and you'd have to come here and you'd have to put in the email and say, hi, I am Joel, your sponsor. And you'd have to sit there and copy and paste and write, to hit up 25, 30 people would take you an hour. This is the biggest time saver that you have. So right now, if we come back just to the lead capture system here, you'll see that collectively between my memory place leads, and again, this is just a demo account, there's 74 leads here, 16 leads here. Okay. So here, if I want to see these leads, these are all, remember I told you memory place, you should be a VIP member, guys, because it generates a lot of high quality leads. Look at all these people. Pierre's even on the webinar here. Oops. You know what? I'm showing real email addresses. I shouldn't be doing that. YouTube might go and ban this. But anyway, here's my main point. People generate leads right here and they go into analysis paralysis. Oh my God, I got a lead. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. Oh my, help me. We got your back with GotBackup, right? So if we come back here, if you click on your reseller tools again, and again, I realize I'm going pretty fast, guys. Pre-enroll ad copy. Pre-enroll are the people who filled out this form, okay? Generated you the lead. Pre-enroll ad copy. You click here, okay? And then you go email this now. And it's automatically defaulted to my GotBackup pre-enrolled thing. Now, remember I had 74 leads in my memory place leads. So I had 16 pre-enrolled leads. Maybe I want to hit the memory place leads too. So now I just double clicked and now, maybe I don't want to. I just click again and remove it. Oh, so on and so forth. Okay, guys. So you can just pick and choose which ones you want to hit. So I'm going to choose the memory place leads and the GotBackup pre-enrolled leads. It automatically gives you a subject line, which you can change. Maybe I get my name is Joel. Okay. Then we create you an automatic template for you to use. The only thing you have to do is put in your proper information here. So, okay. And then maybe my Skype. Okay. And here's the part I want you to understand the most. Once I click add, it's going to redirect me to here. If I hit this button, and again, it's a demo account, so I don't want to email all those leads. If I click here, it's going to automatically send that email to everybody. So if we come back here and we click on lead capture system, that one click of a mouse is going to email all 74 memory place leads and all 16 pre-enrolled leads, all at the same time. Okay, so that's 90 leads, right? 74 plus 16. How long would it take me to come here and copy and paste 90 leads in my email program? Instead, do you guys understand that? Instead, by using this here, you're emailing all 90 leads like that. Now, this could be 16,000 leads, 160,000 leads. Now, let me tell you this, guys. Your email marketing starts to get really fun when you have about 200 people on your list, okay? About 200 people on your list, and you start getting people becoming magnetically attracted to you. So that's how you use your email marketing system, guys. It's the most powerful system, and proof that it works. How did the 128 of you end up on this call? You all ended up on this call. Why? Because you got an email. Email is the most, you have these marketers out there who say email's dying because they're selling a text messaging service, right? Email marketing is not dying. It's extremely powerful. Text messaging is just as powerful. I hate to let the cat out of the bag. It could take another 6 months to a year, maybe a little less than that, maybe a little more than that. But we're going to be offering and adding a full text marketing system into your members area in the future as well. Chris and Tammy, do you want to come back up? Was there more questions that people asked?
Yes, they are. And let me address, it's possible we may go back to the other topic that we were in before we jump into a new one is, let me use Chig over here. Would all user account be migrated to version 2? You kind of touched on that, but I guess he's looking for clarity.
Yeah, it's going to take, we will. So you still have access to your old cloud. And again, we're not here to confuse everybody. That old cloud will stay live as long as we possibly need it to. It could be another 6 months. My estimation is we'll probably be getting off the old cloud within the next 3 months. But nevertheless, the point is, don't worry. You won't lose any information. So I hope over the next month or so, we'll have that import script done where you can import things from the old cloud to the new cloud. But rest assured, guys, regardless of how long it takes us, because we're working on a lot of things, your data will stay safe in the old cloud until every last picture is moved off it.
And folks, I did highlight all the questions, so I may not go in the order that you placed them, but not to worry. So we have here, Spencer has a question, which is a good one, where if they start backing up stuff in the cloud, will they remain on the cloud?
Yeah. So he says, when I add files to my computer, will they automatically be backed up to the cloud? If so, as an example, let me.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you add a new file after you initiate it.
Exactly. So if I come to my software here, guys, okay, if I have something in the cloud that's being monitored, if I go and drop another, so this corresponding watch folder is exactly, give me a sec, guys. This folder here. If I go and drop a new picture in here, yes, it will automatically detect that because it's being watched here. when this is pulsating, it means it's watching that folder for anything new being added to that folder. So yes, it will automatically back up to the cloud. Now, let's say you want to turn off a watch, you just go like that. Just turn it off if you want to. You want to turn it back on. So yes, and as long as you're watching those specific folders, guys, off the app, anything new you add will automatically be uploaded into the cloud itself.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. Next question from Fadel Raham. I guess these are the shared account, right?
Yeah.
So if you're sharing an account, can you reclaim it?
At the moment, no. I understand what the question is. So right now you can allocate. So let's say you have your 6 terabytes. You want to give 1 terabyte to your wife, another terabyte to your son. You would only be able to reclaim it if they're not using it. In other words, so the answer right now, no. But if they're not using it, you can certainly from your members area delete it. I would certainly get clarity with that person, whether it's your son, daughter, aunt, uncle, before you delete it. But the only way you could reclaim some of the space is deleting it right now.
Okay, so the answer is yes, but again, you got to be careful because if your son or daughter trusts or your member trusts you with your picture, their pictures there, and you click the delete button, you'll reclaim it, but then you lose all their stuff. So
you might make somebody really upset.
Clarity is very important there. Let me go through some of the questions. Okay. Some of them are pretty obvious, but I'm just going to bring them up anyway. This is the frequent asked questions.
What's SW on the SW?
Is there an FAQ section on the I'm assuming the back office, I would think.
I mean, on the main website, there's an FAQ section. On GotBackup, guys, there's an FAQ.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, God, if you need more clarity, just please pose the question again. And this one, obviously, you already touched on, but you touched on that already, the training video and installing new versions.
Yep.
So I do recommend sharing it. Go back to the recording. Go back to this recording because it's done right at the beginning.
But... Yeah, I'll just show quickly what the heck, Chris. I'm right there anyway. So here, guys, when you're in your members area, just click on use this tool right here. And then from there, it will have the videos right here. So yeah, no problem there. Just watch those, Sharon. And those are all on the new software itself.
Okay. Now, I know that there's questions that are popping in. And folks, we could go on for another hour answering questions. I'm trying to be respectful of all attendees. They know that this is a 1 hour call. My recommendation is a lot of these questions have been addressed. And if not, on the comment section on that video, it's actually there on the GotBackup YouTube channel. Feel free to post those questions. I'll monitor it and we'll make sure that we address them one by one. Okay. Because obviously we can go on and on and on and on. Joel, as we end this session.
Chris, I just want to share something because going back to the email marketing system, when Chris and I got started, we purchased the emails done for you because we had never done email marketing before. And by looking at the ones that we paid for, we were able to personalize everything there. But it gave us an idea of how we could extend it and add more emails. So some people are asking us, how do they access that? If they signed up and they didn't do it at the beginning or didn't see it because it went through the GotBackup.com, where can they access this stuff, Joel?
In the marketplace itself. I don't know if it's in that demo account. I hope it is. Let me see. Yeah, right here. So once you're in your members area, guys, now this may not pull up anything, but you go to your marketplace and from there you can get the, you can see this is all in French. I don't know why, but anyway, you can purchase it from your marketplace if you want to. The other thing, just as a tidbit as well, guys, you obviously want to get proficient in writing your own emails. And how I did that for myself, because I'm not a very good copywriter, I've become a pretty decent copywriter, but it took me a few years to really nail it down. Here's one thing you wanted to add to your emails, guys. So first tip, anybody who's like a super blogger or an influencer or whatever, get on their email list, go to their website, subscribe, purposely get on like 10 or 15 really good lists, because when you read those emails, it gives you context on how to write your emails and sometimes inspiration and really good ideas for your own emails. So that's number one. I would definitely do that. Get on as many lists as you can. And then this is what made my life so much easier, because I really, I kind of like failed English in high school. I was more a mathematician sort of guy. Write these elements down. This is what I've got. This is what your email, these are the critical components in your email. This is what I've got. Okay. So tell them exactly what you've got. I've got an amazing business opportunity that pays out 75%, 6 terabytes of space. This is what it'll do for you. So not the features, but the benefits. It will provide more freedom, more assurance for your family. You can back up your legacy for you and your whole family, so on and so forth. So this is what I've got. This is what it'll do for you. The third component, this is what it's done for others. So if you have downline members, upline members, crossline members, doesn't matter, who want to share a little testimonial about GotBackup and how it improved their lives, that's the third component in your email. So again, number 1, this is what I've got. Number 2, this is what it's going to do for you. Number 3, this is what it's done for others. And the last component, which everybody's always afraid to do, this is what I want you to do next. Click on this link and join my team. Give them a distinct, clear call to action. Only have one call to action if it's a sales email. What do I mean by that? So sometimes you guys, I'll send you an email and, click here if you want all access to all the GotBack promo material. Click here if you want to watch the last replay that we did. Click here if you want to log into your members area. Okay. Those are 3 calls to action. You never want that many calls to action if you're actually trying to sell somebody. Conversely, you guys will see that if we've done the traffic co-op, when I write the email, it is one distinct call to action only. Click here, buy the co-op. Okay. You don't want to give people a lot of calls to action. So again, micro commitments add to macro commitments. Okay, guys, in your emails, don't go sending them to the sales page right away. Say, have any questions? Here's my email. Or if you like, send me a text here or whatever. Those are the micro commitments that people need to take before they are going to pull out their credit card and join. I mean, Tammy, you and Chris, you guys amaze me how many people you talk to physically, either by phone or Zoom or whatever, on a daily basis, and they're not even a paid member yet. Why don't you guys talk a little bit about that too? How do you qualify people before you're willing to spend a little bit of one-on-one time with them? It's a question for you guys.
Sure. So let's spend a few more minutes on that for sure. For me, I'm very interested in the opportunity side of things. Understanding the product is our spine. Without a spine, the body cannot be in motion. The body cannot survive. But just the spine alone, it's not going to drive the vision. So in my case, I'm interested to work with folks that are interested in a business opportunity. And regardless of how big they want to do this, for me, that's irrelevant. What's relevant is the willingness to work, the willingness to be part of this venture. And from there, I will ask them some questions on what is their goal, the monthly goal. And you wouldn't believe how modest people are. People have such a small belief on what they think they can earn. And for me, I can make the difference between someone who's I know is going to make 5-figure income, and some people are going to be $300, $400, a couple $1,000. It's based on their own personal beliefs. So I ask questions to get a feel for where they are. Now, if they want to make $300 a month, I will treat them exactly with the same respect, the same time, the same effort as the person who wants to make $50,000 a month. But at the end of the day, these are where my questions are geared for. What's their goal? What do they want to achieve? But then when all of that is established, I go back to the basic foundation of our spine. I make sure that the product is installed on our phone and our computer, because I know if that's not done, then it will be difficult for them to talk about it and to bring some value and even be kind of excited about it. And once people have their products installed on their phone and they see all the files going through, it creates that motivation. So that's kind of the mindset that I have as I start asking questions, interacting with people. So maybe Tammy, you want to add your part?
Yeah, I mean, Chris and I have been in the industry for a long time. So we do have a large network of people that we can talk to, but most people don't. So just get out there and connect with people, find out, their pain points, what they're looking for, and let them know that there's an opportunity that's new, that's exciting, and they may want to have a look at it. So I always go from there. When we did the trade show, we were talking to people, who had phones, and we draw them into us and let them know about what we had for GotBackup. So everybody's different, Joel. Like, our conversations with people are a little bit different. Like I said, Chris and I know a lot of people. They know we're business driven. Social media people know who we are, that follow us. They know that we're business driven. So often we'll create that curiosity around business. But when people don't know us and we're standing there in a trade show, it might be a little bit of a different conversation.
Yeah, we really focused on the 6 terabytes for the price of 2.
Yeah.
And the one thing I just wanted to mention as we end here, I just want to add this here. If you recall very quickly, I started over here. Let me go back from the top so you know where I got this from. Once you are on the cloud and you click on recorded webinars, trainings, okay, this over here, the email marketing training that Joel did, I mean, he goes into a lot of details. I recommend you come and listen to that if you need more information. I know there was some question about the VIP, for example, how the memory place worked. So we did a training back, and I think there's a VIP word here somewhere. Here we go.
Yeah.
How going VIP can triple your income. Now over here, there's a video that we click on. It's a training that we did that will actually walk you through the process. So I highly, highly recommend that you familiarize yourself with trainings that we've done. There's a lot of information here. And I guarantee you that probably 80 or 90% of the questions that, that 80 to 90% of the questions that are here that was not addressed, you will find it in some of those videos. And we're trying to address all the questions, but obviously, folks, we can go on like for another hour, but we want to respect your time on that. So I hope this session was helpful.
You, Chris, I just want to add that in that section, the recorded videos, especially if you're new and you really don't know what to say, I would go through the training, prospecting. How do I connect with people? What are some ideas of places I can go to connect with people? Watch that video. And then there's another one on inviting. Again, Chris and I have been in the industry for a long time. So we've done lots of things over the years to be able to connect with people. And we've got out of our comfort zones. We have zero comfort zone, zero. We can be anywhere, strike up a conversation, lead some of our questions. We know we're going to lead into having a look, right? So that's something you want to practice. And practice. I'm telling you, that's when you start to build that posture and just get out there and get to know people, because people are hurting. They're silently suffering financially. We all know that. So opportunity is there. And of course, people are so sick and tired of seeing those messages pop up that they need to pay more, right? To get more data. We all know it's there too. So it's a no-brainer. Just have conversations with people.
Totally agree. So listen, Joel, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And thank you, folks. And if your question was not addressed, folks, I do apologize, but I think that we can cover all of that if you just take the time and just scroll through some of the trainings that were done and pick, any of the topics that are relevant to any of your questions. I would tell you that I would say 99% of them will be addressed, because at the end of the day, it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself over and over and over. And Raddy said it right there, folks. Show up for class, but don't show up alone. Like Joel said years ago, I picked up in his meeting, if you show up alone, you will learn. But if you show up with your team, you will learn while you earn. And that is a very important message. I've been using that message for decades. And I picked up from Joel years ago when I was receiving his email from his email marketing in the past. So again, Joel, thank you so much for everything you've done and the time here today. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah, thank you, Chris and Tammy. Really appreciate you setting up the call. And thank you, everybody. And like Chris said, maybe we didn't get your question answered today, but it's definitely going to be in the boards group and in the members area. Like 99.99% of what you need to be successful is already there. So thank you, everybody, for your time. It's time for me to go hit my 7-minute workout, keep my body in top shape too. Have an awesome day, everybody. Holy cow.
I know, I'm getting there.
We're working on it. It's not Joel, but we're working.
We're working on it. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. Love you all. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.